need to visualize the worst thing that could possibly happen. Really put yourself in the situation. There's no way I'm going to be insulted when I call my video channel Crippled CEO. What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster. The fact that it was unforeseen has never failed to intensify a person's grief. This is a reason for ensuring that nothing ever takes us by surprise. We should project our thoughts ahead of us at every turn and have in mind every possible eventuality instead of only the usual course of events. That was Seneca from Letters of a Stoic. A few times per week, I convince myself that my brother has just died. I imagine it thoroughly. I make myself really upset. The reason for this is counterintuitive. I do it because I want to be happier. And you're right, this doesn't seem like a happy thing to do. In fact, it seems like it would make you quite sad. And it does, temporarily. But that's the point. However, there are three things that this exercise does that end up making me happier overall. One, after I'm done, I obviously remember that my brother really isn't dead. Focusing on something terrible that hasn't happened makes me better appreciate many of the good things that I might take for granted. Also, if I get myself to really feel like something legitimately tragic has happened, I get some of the same benefit people get from an actual tragedy. Your perspective shifts to realize what's really important, how great life is, and what trivial BS most of my problems actually are. Last week, it looked like we might lose our largest customer in the worst way possible. Not only were they going to cancel the $1 million worth of orders that they had already placed for the next couple of months, but they were going to send back the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of inventory they'd already purchased this year. This is not the way I wanted to start the year after the pandemic. And while I did treat this with the gravitas it deserved and made it a top priority to resolve, lots of people's livelihoods, including mine, depend on my ability to successfully navigate these kinds of existential threats. I don't think any of the people who were working on this closely with me would say that I panicked or was otherwise freaking out. I was focused on it when I could make progress, and I thought about it often, but I wasn't completely consumed by it. We get lots of other things done that week. And eventually, we got everything squared away. Crisis averted. I think one reason why I was able to keep my cool, because this emergency, in quotes, was nothing in comparison to the visualization that I forced myself to have that my brother had died the day before. Next to that, this is no big deal. It's just revenue that we can get back later. I was able to put something legitimately serious into the proper perspective in order to stay calm and address it thoughtfully and rationally. Second, making yourself feel these emotions gets you used to experiencing them. It's training. And like most training, it sucks and it's painful, but the more you do it, the better you are at processing those feelings. And number three, not only are you training for the emotional impact, you're also training yourself to handle the events like the one you imagined. If you think through everything you would do if you lost your job, if that were to ever happen, you would be more prepared. Not only would it be less of a shock emotionally, but pragmatically, you would already have some ideas on what steps to take. Steps you decided on at a time when you had more clarity, not suddenly thrust into the surprising emergency. Avoiding negative feelings, hopping from one happy moment to another, seems like a happier way to live. But it is building a foundation made of sand. You need to visualize the worst thing that could possibly happen, really put yourself in the situation to create a more solid foundation for happiness, and to give you the tools to move forward with things when they go wrong, as they always do. You know who was doing some visualization last night? Your mom. And all her fantasies came true. She also subscribes to my channel and likes all my videos, and I think you should too. Thank you so much for watching, and you will see me on the next one.